Hi guys, welcome to the Market Code Breakers. My name is Leon, where I break down one different asset for you every single day, giving you the key levels and the key ranges that you need to pay attention to going into tomorrow's session. I am a funded trader with Top Step, and I'm a futures trader. I trade the Nasdaq, so a lot of my attention goes on the Nasdaq. And yesterday I gave you some key levels and some key ranges on the Nasdaq and what I expected to see going into today's session. And if you do marked off those levels and waited for what I said I expect to see happen, if you waited for that to happen, it did happen in the New York session. It would have been a beautiful short entry. I'm going to break that down for you. I'm going to show you I took that short on one of my funded accounts, and I'm going to show you the ranges that I gave to you yesterday and show you the trades that you could have taken based on the information that I gave to you yesterday. Sorry, I can't get my words out. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it, guys. So here we have the Nasdaq. Excuse me. Here we have the Nasdaq. I apologize for that. We have the Nasdaq. And yesterday I gave you a few ranges. I gave you this yellow range and I gave you this purple range. Okay, what are these? What's this cross on my screen? I don't need that. Yeah, I gave you this yellow range and this purple range. And I said to you, they're showing signs that they've got unfinished business to the upside. But what I would expect to see is, I said, I expect to see them break out of these ranges because they've been playing them today, and I expect to see them break out at some point. Now, where did Asia start? Asia started in this region. So what I said I expect to see is I expect to see them break free from it, retrace to it, confirming it that they don't want this range and moving up. Or I said they can do it from the underside. I expect them to do it from the underside, I said, because I said I want them to clear this purple range before they can move price up to do their unfinished business. That's what I wanted to see yesterday, and that's what we got today. So that's very, very important for what I'm going to break down for you for going into tomorrow's session. So what I said I wanted to see, I said I wanted to see them break free, and I said I wanted to see them retrace to it. Now, they did that in Asia, in this region, but they didn't confirm at all that they wanted to play this purple range. They didn't confirm that. They didn't do that until the New York session. And what do I mean? I'll show you exactly what I mean. So, in the New York session, see, all week I've been talking about this purple range. And I've been saying they keep breaking into it, but they're not confirming that they're playing it. But they're showing signs that they want it, but they're not playing it just yet. And today we got the perfect confirmations that this purple range was coming into play, and you can see it right now here by what I'm showing you. So what happened in the New York session is price broke into this range, reacted from the highs of this range, confirming that they want it. They broke down to the midpoint, another confirmation that they want this range, and then they broke back up again, and they broke again into this yellow range. Now, I said to you I wanted to see a perfect confirmation that they're done with this yellow range. You didn't get that here, but you did get it here. And this is where I took the short, because this was the clear signal. This here, when they're breaking into the range, it's not very clear that they're done with that range. Here, they give a perfect wick touch rejection saying, we are now done with that range. So I took that short. Now, I should have had a little bit more confidence in it, really, and I should have held it the whole way down. If I'd have held it the whole way down, which I knew was coming into play, but for some reason I'd had a terrible day's trading before that short came like clear as day. I'd had a terrible day's trading and I didn't fully hold on to the trade. I took some profits in this region. I took another short in this region, fully expecting them to clear the range. So I did take pieces of this move, but I didn't take all of it, and I'm really gutted because I should have taken all of it. So what they did here, they broke into this purple range. They reacted at the midpoint. It was actually something to do with the S&P, why they broke further down. If you can see, this is the same time frame. So you see why the Nasdaq broke further down than the midpoint of that purple range. It's because S&P was trying to get to the midpoint of their range. This is key because they work in unison. And right now, they're both in correlation with each other very, very well. So the short happened in this region. So as you can see here, they was rejecting going into this green range. That's the S&P saying we don't want that green range. That's at the same time that the Nasdaq was also saying, right, okay, we also don't want this yellow range above. So they was both in unison. So when I saw that they was both in unison, both rejecting a higher range, I was like, bang, that's it. That's the short entry. And I entered that short. Now, like I said, I'd had a bit of a bad day trading up until that point. I ended the day in profit on both my accounts. I've had a good day trading overall. But yeah, because of that, I was playing with a little bit of fear, and I was thinking, you know what? We've broken into this purple range several times, and we've shifted back up from here. And we was in this region, and I was like, I wasn't liking this stallage, so I took some profits, and I'm gutted really, because look at that that we got straight after it. I should have known that they was going to complete that orange range, that purple range. They've confirmed that they wanted it several times over in this session, and then they rejected the range above. Like, when everything to do with these ranges, that is perfect. That's the perfect script for it. And I didn't hold on to the trade long enough, and I should have done. But I'm kicking myself because I know that is perfect. But yeah, anyway, they completed this purple range. Now, all week I've been talking about this. They've got incomplete business to the upside, and I've been saying I want this purple range to get completed and potentially rejecting that green range below. That's exactly what we've had today, guys. We've had that. They've completed this purple range. I'll show you on the S&P as well. S&P was playing this big yellow range on the underside. They've also completed this range. They've got much further to go if they want to reject this purple range. I don't think that's going to happen personally. But if they're going to go up tomorrow and complete their unfinished business, which I kind of think they might do, but there's also the chance, guys, that they can leave that for next week. But they've definitely got unfinished business to the upside. They're showing signs that they've got no unfinished business to the downside, and they're showing the same signs on the S&P, no unfinished business to the downside. That's vital, because this is the type of thing that I'm looking for when I'm looking for swing trade entries. So I'm looking for unfinished business to the upside, and I'm looking for them rejecting ranges to the downside as an example, and that's exactly what we're getting here. So this could be the point where that London and Asia are going to play this bottom end of this purple range. They're going to I want to see them confirm that they also don't want this green range. That's ideally what I want to see, because I want to see all this. I want to see the sessions in agreement that they want prices to go higher from this point. They don't want to break any lower. They want to go higher from that point. So that's something to take away for going into tomorrow's session. That they have got unfinished business, but again, they could just play this green range. They could reject the highs of this blue range. So I'm going to give you these two ranges. I'm sorry, my ear's very itchy. They could reject the highs of this blue range, and they could play this green range. But ideally, what I'd want to see is a confirmation from Asia or London that they don't want to play this green range. Price goes up, similar to what I showed you the other day on gold. I think I've showed similar things on oil. This is how they're moving the markets, guys, across the board. So it doesn't matter which asset you're using. If you're not paying attention to these ranges, then I'm sorry, but you don't really have a full understanding of what's going on, because this is what's going on. These is how they communicate. I'm not trying to discredit you. I'm sorry that if that came about like I was trying to down talk people. I'm not trying to down talk people. Forgive me, like if that's how that came across. What I'm trying to say is, this gives you the most accurate information on of the markets, of what they're intending to do. So it's very easy to make predictions based on that when you have access to the right information. So that's what I try to bring you every single day, guys. I try to bring you the right ranges and give you some of the best trade opportunities that you're going to get. And I break it down for you. And if you watch any of the old videos from previous days, you can see all the trade opportunities that have come from the levels that I've given you. And I've given you an explanation beforehand of what I expect to see happen. That has then happened. And you could have taken some trades based on that. If you're in agreement that that is what is happening, then it's not financial advice. I can't tell you when and where to place your trade, but I can give you the best information that will allow you to make the best decisions in your trading. And it's because this is the right information, guys. This is how they work in the markets. Okay. So that was a bit long-winded. I'm sorry if it felt like I was attacking people who don't use these ranges. I wasn't, because everybody has their own gospel, you know, of how they think price works. I just know this to be the truth of the market, and that's what I stick with, you know. And the proof is every single day when I see it behave, when I can tell you every single day what I expect to see happen, and then we can see it happening live, exactly as predicted, with precision. Like, it doesn't get much better than this. And that's not me, that's these ranges, guys. I'm just here to give you the information of these ranges. I'm not here to say, look at me, guys, look at what I can do. It's all, because that's fucking nonsense. The ranges tell me everything that I need to know, and they can tell you everything that you need to know as well. So I try and give you the ranges and the levels for you to take forward into the following day's trading session, whether it be on gold, oil, the Nasdaq, S&P. These also work on Bitcoin and other assets, and also other assets like that. It's across the board, guys. But it takes a lot to learn and understand them, and that's why I try to break it down for you guys, so you can mark off a few of these ranges, and you can wait to see what type of reactions that you get and potential trade opportunities that might arise from the information that I give you. So yeah, that's it. So the Nasdaq, I'm going to give you these ranges, guys, for anybody who doesn't have these, because these are important. Asia could play this purple range. They could also reject this green range. They could play this green range. So if you want to see if you want to know what these levels are above, this green range has been left incomplete all week, guys. All week since this day, since Tuesday. Yeah, so they've been building this move all week, and I said to you, I want to see them break down before they break up to confirm that they've got no unfinished business to the downside. That is potentially what we're seeing right now, but we just need Asia to confirm it by either rejecting this green range or just not even going anywhere near it and just playing this purple range. That could be the sign. So mark off this purple range, guys. Get your Fibonacci tool and you set it to the highs of 21,110.50 to the lows of 20,982.00, and make sure you have 0.51 selected, extend lines right, and then make sure the background's highlighted. Try and make every range that I give you a different color, guys, so you can clearly see on your charts what ranges they're playing, what they're rejecting, as I can up here. So the next green range that I want to give you, just in case this does come into play in tomorrow's session, is the highs of it from 20,960.75 to the lows of 20,915. Okay, that might come into play tomorrow, but I'm hoping that we get a reaction at the highs of this range. Price goes up. It could be a very good day for longs tomorrow, based on the information that I've had on my charts all week, and I've been calling out this all week that they've got unfinished business. Maybe tomorrow, no, they've finished the business to the downside. Maybe tomorrow's the day where they start to make the move, and it could just be a day where price just climbs through Asia, through London, and then New York does its thing at the top end. We never know what New York's going to do until they do it, so be very careful. But that's kind of what I'm expecting on the Nasdaq. So, based on the S&P, again, they've completed this range. At the back end of the session, they was playing this range. They were doing a lot of movement from the midpoint of this one. Then they confirmed that they didn't want this green range. They came back to the midpoint, back up, confirming that they don't want this green range. And then they went and completed this orange range. So it's the similar sort of thing. But what we've also got on the S&P, which is similar to what we had on the Nasdaq, we've got unfinished business to the upside. We have unfinished business, and it starts here from Wednesday, and they left this red range incomplete. Again, they left this blue range incomplete on that day, but then they left this red range incomplete. They broke into it, like signaling that they kind of want it, but they're not taking it. So I'm seeing that they have unfinished business to the upside. That's what I'm seeing. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing. This red range never got completed by the S&P. And you want to see them complete ranges. You don't want to see this type of behavior, because it kind of signals that they've got unfinished business. But you see it more clearly on the Nasdaq with this big green range. Now, they do work in unison, and one drags the other. And sometimes when you're looking at one and it's doing something and it's not making any sense, but then you look at the other asset and it makes perfect sense because it's playing a particular range. And that's what we've had on the S&P and the Nasdaq lately, where I've been playing the Nasdaq and I've been like, well, why is it not making any sense? And I've looked at the S&P, and the S&P has just been playing a range perfectly, and it's just been dragging the Nasdaq with it. So they are correlated in that respect. So sometimes one is telling you a lie and the other one is telling you the truth, and you don't know which one is telling you the lie and telling you the truth. But I took the short based on the idea that they were both telling me the truth today, and that short played out perfectly, and it was here, like I showed you. So those are the ranges that I want you to add to your arsenal, guys. If you want to see these other ranges, go back and watch the previous videos. I give you these other ranges at the top end, and also the ranges on the S&P. But yeah, that's my predictions for tomorrow, guys. Be very careful running longs if we start to break into this green range, or if we reject the highs of this blue range, that might be a good signal. Yeah. I'm expecting price to go up, completely unfinished business, ready for next week. They could leave it until next week, guys. Don't get it twisted. They could leave that business for next week. Sometimes they do this. They leave unfinished business on the charts, telling everybody else around the world, all the banks and institutions, look, we've got this unfinished business. We're going to go back for it. When we move price down, do your business. And I feel like that's what's happened today. They've moved price down in preparation for tomorrow, giving Asia, giving London the chance to load up their bags down at this lower end before they finally make the move and complete that range. So it's something to pay attention to going into tomorrow's session, guys. Yeah, it was a quick video. Oh, it wasn't a quick video. It was 15 minutes. I thought it was a quick video. My apologies. But yeah, that's the breakdown for the Nasdaq and the S&P. Following on from yesterday and then giving you information that you can take forward going into tomorrow's session. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, leave a like, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends, guys. I want to get this information to many people. I want to teach them the truth of the market, and this is the truth of the market. And I think everybody can benefit from having this information on their charts. And that's, you just need to watch some of the previous videos to see what I've said and see how you could have benefited from knowing that information beforehand. And yeah, just share it with your friends, guys. Everybody else can benefit from this as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.